Hi there and welcome back to Mommy Hates Cooking. Today I'm going to show you how to make this easy air fryer beef roast in your Ninja Foodi or your air fryer. It can be done in either one and it just takes about an hour from start to finish to make this recipe. So the first thing we need to get together is all of our ingredients. You're going to need a 3-pound beef chuck roast, a teaspoon of steak seasoning, 1 package of gluten-free or regular brown gravy, depending on what you prefer, half a cup of water, and then 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So this is going to be all the ingredients that you will need. As far as steak seasoning goes, I usually use Weber's steak seasoning. That's our favorite, but you can use any type that you prefer. You can even do lemon pepper or anything like that as well. So the first thing you need to do is go ahead and preheat the air fryer or the Ninja Foodi to 390 degrees for about 5 minutes. And then while that's preheating, you can go ahead and season the roast with the steak seasoning. You can do it on one side or both sides. It's totally up to you. So that's what I'm doing here, is getting that ready. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the air fryer carefully for 15 minutes to sear the outside of the roast. If needed, you can spray the air fryer with some grapeseed oil spray just to get it a little bit oily on the bottoms. But I don't always do that. In this one, I didn't do that, and it worked out perfectly fine. So while that is going for 15 minutes, you can go ahead and whisk the gravy with half a cup of water in a measuring bowl or cup and then set it aside. It can just be room temperature water. It doesn't have to be hot. So just go ahead and whisk that together, and then you're going to set it aside. So once the roast is done cooking or searing in the air fryer, you're going to prepare a sheet of foil and go ahead and place the roast in the foil, and then just roll it up on the side so that it kind of wraps it around it. It's going to be kind of like a bowl so that the gravy doesn't go out in the air fryer. So now that I have that all wrapped up around the side, I carefully placed it back into the air fryer. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my gravy ready, and I'm going to just pour that gravy over the entire thing. So this can actually be used as gravy to top it with when you're done cooking as well. So I've got that all poured over my roast, and because the foil is wrapped around the side, it's not going into the air fryer at all. It's all contained. And then I'm going to just put one little topping there on top with the butter. It's 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And then I just continue to kind of roll that foil around the side. You want to make sure that there's still room for the air to circulate. So as you can see the basket there on the side. That is like that so that the air will circulate around the roast. So now you're going to cook this in the air fryer at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 to 40 minutes until the internal temperature reaches at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit. So I usually check it at about 35 minutes, works well for mine. Because all air fryers heat differently, you do need to check on it around 30 minutes. So once that's done, you'll go ahead and open it up, and you will have this nice roast inside. And you can remove it, slice it, and serve it. And then you can garnish it with parsley or rosemary if you prefer. And the drippings can also be used as a gravy. So that's what we typically do. So you'll see I'm going to pull this out of here. And I just kind of undo the foil a little bit and then use some tongs to pull the roast right out. It is cooked to at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Normally I go over by a little bit, but mine was cool, so it's not hard to pull out of here. And then you're just going to go ahead and slice it and serve it. So we usually will use some of the drippings from the roast cooking. So what's left on the foil, you'll have some gravy and everything down there you can use to top it with. It's tender, it slices easily, very juicy and delicious. We usually pair ours with air fryer roasted carrots and potatoes, which makes a great easy meal. This is kind of my go-to meal if I forget to start the slow cooker for the roast. It's easy to just do it in the air fryer as well. And I may be able to get a piece to show you there if I can ever get it up to the camera. So there's what it looks like all done. And that is what it looks like served. We serve it all the time with some little rosemary or parsley on top just to kind of garnish it. And then we pair it, as I said, with the air fryer carrots and potatoes. So this is going to be how you make air fryer beef roast in your air fryer or Ninja Foodi. Very easy to make. Doesn't take very long. It just takes about an hour from start to finish. And I hope you enjoyed this recipe and learning how to make it. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe so that you do not miss the next recipe. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks again for joining in.